All right. Hey, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you're watching this. I'm Jeff Emswar, the director of the Greensburg, Decatur County Chamber of Commerce, and this is our video edition of Chamber Chat. Normally, we host Chamber Chat on WTRE, 1330 a.m. Here in Greensburg, and that's usually on Mondays. But in this time and date and this age and everything that's happening with our public health crisis, business isn't as it usually is. So we are talking every chance we get with important people in this community, that people are making differences in our community and what's going on. And today we have a couple people with us that are joining us for this conversation. Philip Dyer from Tourism, and Amy Borns from EDC, and Susan Burkhart from Main Street Greensburg. Appreciate you being here as well. And we have our guest today is Dennis Folge from the foundation at Decatur County Memorial Hospital. Hi, Dennis. How are you?
Hey, how's it going? It's going well. It's going well.
It's going well. Hey, Dennis, I know we've talked several times. I just love your big happy smile. It's just terrific. I love it. There may not be
you just got to keep things positive.
Dennis, I want to know what your socks look like today.
What do your socks look like? That's the important question of the day. Are you known for socks, Dennis, or what?
I love my funky socks. They're brown with orange dots.
Oh, living off the edge.
Yeah, just keeping it out there.
Hey, Dennis, I know you guys are really busy at the hospital and the foundation and everything, and we've talked a little bit before. We've had a video conference with Rex, and appreciate that, the CEO up there, and I know he's doing a great job of keeping people informed via the hospital's website and Facebook page and things like that. The communications are out there of what's going on at the hospital and everything, and I know they've been on Chamber Chat and stuff. But today we're going to talk a little bit. If you want to provide any kind of update about the hospital, you're more than welcome to. But today my main focus was to talk about how the foundation has stepped up through this and what is going on at the foundation. And like other organizations, I'm sure you're concerned about where we are financially and so forth and so on, and the support that people provide to your organization. So I want you to start with a little update, however you want to go. We'll just go by the flow, and if anybody else on here wants to ask questions, we'll let them ask.
Sure. Well, the foundation, of course, as you know, some of my job also is, helping out with other things in the hospital as well. So I've been really doing that a lot lately. But the foundation is, of course, trying to do everything they can to help support the hospital itself, because it's kind of crazy here right now. But it's crazy, but in a good sense. I've never seen the type of teamwork that has come together to attack this COVID-19 problem or challenge that we have. And with the foundation, of course, we try to raise funds to support the initiatives of the hospital. And, that, of course, is, doing our normal routine as everybody, likes to do. However, right now, that's a little different. So what we've been doing, we have had a lot of people come in from the community. It's amazing. They've called me and they'll say, hey, I just had somebody, I had Red Life call me about 15, 20 minutes ago and say, hey, can you meet me at the back door? We have something for your folks on the front line. And I went out, and it's a huge basket of just snacks and good, healthy bars, Amy, and, good things that, they can
That's
really
good.
And they were so pleased, because sometimes they just go nonstop. And so same with our, EMS and stuff like that. So we've done some fun things as far as the foundation goes. We have, I personally made them took some of our baskets at home, and the foundation bought candy to make Easter baskets for, some of the areas, which doesn't seem like a lot, but to them it was a lot. They just need something to break the monotony. We've had flowers delivered in and out. One thing that the foundation is really pushing as well is the telehealth. I know Rex has talked a lot about the telehealth. That is growing rapidly. And so we are really excited about that. So, we want to continue to support the hospital with that program. The other thing, we've bought some gas cards, we've got some food cards we've purchased and things like that. But we've just been here really for a lot of moral support as well. Sometimes I just walk around and talk to even just go into a meeting or talk to some of the managers and stuff and just say, hey, how's it going? And because sometimes people just need to vent and talk through this.
Right.
Because it's pretty taxing.
Yeah, I'm sure that's very, very trying, and those folks up there on the front, the people at the EMS service being the ones that get called in to bring them to the hospital and things like that. Along with our law enforcement, of course, being the first ones on the scene of things, that's difficult, and that's not a job made for everybody. But I'm sure at some point the morale has been a little bit tough to keep up with. It's been a long couple of weeks, Dennis, and
yeah, we're to the point now where Rex has been so good to all the employees and things like that. He's given us free lunches and free breakfast and things like that, so we can just keep going. And so that kind of stuff means a lot. But now what we need is they really need moral support. I keep, I'll send a little card up and, to the med surg area, or you try to get with the EMS, you see them and you try to talk to them and try to keep things as normal as possible. But you want to give them that moral support and tell them thank you and say, what a great thing to do. When Bread of Life come in a while ago and they had a big bow and this sign on it that says, thank you for being our heroes, and, stuff like that. That means so much to the people inside here, because sometimes you get so wrapped up in the job and the care that you get blocked out. You forget that communication with people in the community. But the community has been fantastic, from masks to pizza to Girl Scout cookies. The church they brought in, over $1,000 worth of little gift cards to different factories to restaurants. And of course, when they brought them, then it kind of got held up a little bit. But we want to be sure that we go out and support these restaurants and these businesses that are helping us right now too, when this is all over, because it's going to be a challenge for all of us.
Yeah, you're right about that. Now, and also I want to make sure people realize the foundation. You folks provide so much more, but in this critical time where we are right now, programs such as I know you do like flu drive-through shots and things like that, mammograms and stuff. Some of those are probably on hold right now, right?
Well, the biggest thing coming up right now is our Healthy Fair. And, typically it's in June, but we've talked with the schools and things like that. And I believe that we are going to go ahead and go with that, as long as the guidelines of our state and the guidelines nationally will allow us to do that, because so many people come to that, and that's how they get some of their screenings each year. So it really promotes good health for us. So we really want to continue to do that, but it is a concern. I know one of our biggest things that we have every year is our gala. Our gala got postponed, and we have a date out there, but logically that's probably not going to happen. And we were kind of hopeful, and the board's meeting this Thursday. I think some of us are meeting, and I just don't see how that's possible, but you never know. But so that's going to be a little bit of a challenge for us, because we depend on dollars coming in like that to support these testings and the flu shots. But we'll make it work. We will make it work one way or the other, I guarantee you. And don't laugh.
Brian's on now.
I giggle here because Brian comes on, and Dennis, you haven't been part of many of our group meetings here, but every time Brian signs on, he signs on with a different. He was who was it the other day?
He has been Spanky. He has been.
Who's the guy that played Nick Nolte? Nick Nolte.
Oh,
hey, Dennis.
Absolute best.
Hey, how's it going, Brian?
How's it going? Looks like Amy's gone with a photo now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yep.
Brian,
Yep.
she's having a good hair day. That's why she.
That's right.
I see.
So Dennis, let's talk about that. Number one, that healthy fair. The healthy fair was always in June, and the Women in Business Conference that the chamber does, we always held it 2 or 3 days after the healthy fair. Is the
Right.
healthy fair still in June, or has that been moved to July now?
It's been moved to July now. I
That's what I
believe
thought.
July 8th, I think it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And
'Cause-
I think it's July 8th, but they're still going forward with that to do
Right.
the very best we can. Of course, still have to go by guidelines of where we're at that point, but we're going to try everything to make sure that happens.
Absolutely.
Amy Shear and the marketing department's working hard with that.
Yeah, I talked to Tom Hunter the other day, superintendent of the schools, and he said that they were moving forward at this time. Still not clear, obviously, by what's going to be happening or what ordinances or guidelines are going to be passed down from the state or feds or whatever. So
Right.
at least you're still planning that. At this time, our Women in Business is really on hold because I know Mr. Hunter was very concerned about if they are allowed back in school, which we anticipate, they're going to have to do a deep clean again after the healthy fair and everything. So time is of the essence on that. So,
Right.
but what a
Right.
great thing that people can get checked out there. But
Yeah.
and you mentioned that the other thing you mentioned, Dennis, and I want to talk to you about this was, man, your big event of the year, the gala. Oh my goodness, you rely so much on that.
It is one of the, it probably, as far as events goes, probably brings in more, dollars than the Tatas or the golf outings and stuff like that. So, it is a concern, like we're all going to be faced with a little bit of deficiency there, if you will. So, but it'll work out. We have a great community, and, if we have to, get out of the box and find other ways to find those funds, then that's what we do, because we have to maintain that certain level of testing and protection for the community. And so we'll do whatever we can to support the hospital getting that done.
I assume you're staying in constant contact, pretty much constant contact with your foundation board of directors, and
Yes.
they're working through things
Yeah,
with you.
Yep, and they've been very, very good. We have to, we have bills to pay like everybody else. So, that's what we're going to be meeting on this week to, get some of that stuff approved. But no, they've been very, very supportive, and, just said, do what you need to do. And, we recently just sent some letters out, and we've got some fundraising going on, online. And so, I have a little video. I haven't put it out yet. I'm kind of, a little gun shy, I guess you can say, with the video. But, I'll probably be getting it out there here pretty soon too. But, if anybody does want to, donate to us, a lot of times it's been, like I said, baskets of stuff. But we've also, I did want to throw out First Financial. They helped us out a lot, and and we're using some of that monies for telehealth and to support the staff here. So they gave us $15,000, and so that's really going to be a big help for us right now as well. And then just the community coming in, we've probably received donation cash wise probably around $3,000, I guess, $3,000 from the community, and it just keeps trickling in. And so, we can't thank them enough for that, because it's really helped out. It's really helped out a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, you appreciate those donations that are coming in for the food or the gift cards or whatever that people are donating. And
Right.
kudos to the Story Church. I mean, John told me that they were going to do that, and I think that's awesome. For that's a big church. It's great. It's awesome that they did that, and trying to help out the local restaurants as well. But the important thing is that what people need to remember is that your focus has changed right now, but the important work keeps going, and it does take the almighty dollar to make that happen.
It does. And, and I know that there are people, some of the donations, I got a donation from some folks in Indianapolis the other day, that, have family members around here. And so they, called and said, hey, we'd like to do something. What do you want us to do? And I said, well, what do you want to do? And so we talked about it a little bit. And so the next thing I know, I had, opened my email, and they had gone online and donated a few $100s to us. And so it just means a great deal to us, and we're very thankful, and we pass that along to the hospital.
For anybody that wants to, while we're talking about that, for anybody that might be listening to this and might want to help out a little bit, how
Sure.
would they go about doing that?
You can go to the website, www.dcmh.net/foundation. And there's a place where there's a general donation, and you can just mark that as pandemic when you do that. And that's how most people are doing it. I've gotten a few checks, and and a lot of calls. I've gotten a lot of calls just wishing us well and saying thank you.
That's great. Hey, I know we've talked to Dennis about trying to organize a little something, and we've talked to our community partners who are on the call with us today. We appreciate them. This is basically our core group, our stellar group. We're missing Tammy from the foundation, but she has the Decatur County Community Foundation. Yeah. I get them all mixed up, but she's on another call with her board of directors today. So, but anyway, we are in pretty constant contact with each other every day. Sometimes multiple times a day. Depends on how stressed out I get. Right, Philip? But anyway, so we're talking, Dennis, you and I have been talking about maybe partnering to do something, to recognize the hard work that's being done.
Right. We have, we've got a couple of things that we've been trying to do for a couple of weeks. And unfortunately, the travel ban has kind of stopped some of that. We wanted to have we can do some things internally, but we wanted to make this a little bit bigger. I know you see on, Facebook where there's been people, drive through and honk horns and stuff like that. That's nice. And I think it's great to do, and it shows good support. But when you're in a travel ban, or, you're trying to do social distancing, we're starting to get a hold of this thing. We need to stay a hold of it.
Right.
And so we want to be very careful. But, like we've wanted to, I actually talked to the Optimist Club, because I want to do a red, white, and blue day here, or a couple of days here. So we asked them if they'd maybe put the flags up out front. But right now we can't do that because, we really, it's only essential travel. And can't really say that's essential travel. Let's not play games with the system here. Let's do what's right, and still go ahead and protect the community. So there's some things like that we want to do. And there's a couple of other things Rebecca and I have talked about. And Dawn sent me she has some great ideas too. Yeah, it was kind of fun yesterday talking. So I'm excited to do this, because it will be wonderful for our employees here, especially the frontline folks that are just looking at this, like the EMS. I kind of got a couple of ideas for their little area over there, but the bad thing about it is a lot of times they're not there. They're constantly on the run. Constantly on the run.
Well, the one thing I'm going to continue to point out, Dennis, is that I'm the one that hired Dawn Lowe, just so you all know. So it's my claim to fame, but she is a rock star. She's been great. I know Amy's been great for EDC as well. And, Brian's just sitting back there looking at Don Knotts movies. So, what, folks, if you all have any questions, feel free to chime in here. Dennis, we just want to support you guys as much as we can, and we want to make sure that the people in the community understand the importance of what you folks at the foundation do for not only your workers, your employees there, but also the community as a whole. So
yeah, and I thank you for having the opportunity to share my thoughts and my thank yous to the community, and giving it a chance to be able to say, hey, we're here. If somebody, and as always, if somebody is out there that's needing something, if you have concerns, questions, don't hesitate to contact the foundation, and don't hesitate to contact anybody in the hospital. We'll be glad to help you.
Right. What about the phone number there, Dennis? How can they get a hold of you the best?
Best way to get a hold of me is 812-663-1192, or feel free to give me a call on my cell phone, 812-614-0000. 0634 or text me and I'll get back with you.
All righty. Folks, anything else? You might have any questions or anything?
I've never heard you people be so quiet.
Thanks, Dennis.
Yeah,
you're
thank you
welcome.
very much. Appreciate your time. Appreciate everything the hospital's doing for us.
Yes,
Alrighty.
thank you.
All right, Brian, you have anything?
I was just going to say, and maybe you guys covered it before I got on, but Dennis, as far as the frontline staff and just the employees there at the hospital, if they're, what is needed? What is, if I'm sitting at home and yes, we could write checks and money, and that's always welcome and stuff. But if I wanted to bring food in or if I had a bunch of masks, I know you guys have a coordinator for the masks.
Oh, yeah.
Who are some of the contact people, or who should I contact if I wanted to do something for the hospital in some way? But
Right.
want those
What I have done, Brian, for people that have, I've had several areas or people here in town call and say, hey, I have some masks. I'm not sure who to get them to. What I typically do is I'll try to meet them out front, or we've met over in front of Plaques. That way they don't have to come into the hospital. We don't want that. And what we will do is I will get them to Bob Fagley. He's the one that's kind of controlling that right now. And if somebody, we've had a lot of businesses, say, hey, we've got some N95 masks, or we've got some procedure masks here. We'll be glad to share with you. And that's been a wonderful, wonderful godsend to us. And we've actually been able to take some of those and help other people too, because some of the other areas here in town, some of the other nursing homes and stuff have had to have some help. So we've been able to help them. So that's, it is a community event we're doing here, not just a hospital event. And the other thing that, like I think we had talked about earlier, moral support right now is great. I know that there's a couple of places in town that's actually possibly putting together some cards and some notes just to, to say, hey, thank you. And they're going to get those to me, and then we're going to get them laminated and cleaned so we can get them into the, some of the areas here, just to let people know that people in our community are thinking of them and praying for them. And so, just little things like that go a long, long way.
So you would be the contact for that then?
Yeah, you can give me a call. I'll get them in the right spot.
Okay. And on the gala thing that Jeff mentioned, what if, like I was going to, obviously, some of us might get a table and such like that. If we wanted to just go ahead and allow that as a donation to the hospital foundation rather than, wait for the gala to happen. Have you guys made any decisions along those lines as far as enabling that?
Yeah, we have we have several sponsors that are we're still holding the funds, if you will. And many of them have said, if it works out, it works out. If it don't, that's okay. We understand. We've had a few folks that have, had already reserved tables. We told them, they said, just hold it just in case it would happen. So we've had both happen. But if somebody wanted to reach out and go ahead and, do a sponsorship or do something like that with a table, it's still online. We haven't taken it off. You can go to the website or to the foundation page and click on gala, and you can, go ahead and make donations that way. I'll probably have some type of statement going out here pretty soon. We're meeting this week with the board, so we can kind of put some finalization to that one way or the other.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
we'd love to, and of course, we'd love to have donations to help, because we are going to, it's going to be a little bit of a kick, but, there's a lot of people that need help within the community as well. So, we understand, and we're going to work together and get this taken care of.
Sounds good.
All right. Dennis, thanks a lot for your time. We probably eaten up more time than you expected. I do appreciate
No,
that.
that's fine. I love to talk.
Well, yeah, I know that. That's been evident the past couple of days. Doing great work up there, and we do appreciate that. We'll continue our discussion about the plans with this group and with the chamber, and
Okay.
So we'll
Thank
keep
you.
moving forward and try to keep the community safe as possible. And remember social distancing and wash your hands and all that stuff. And
Absolutely.
Dennis, you need anything,
Properly.
reach out to us. We'll talk soon. And folks, if you want to get hold of Dennis, if you don't have his number or can't find his number, you give us a call at the chamber at or email us. My cell phone is 812-593-4003, and we'll hook y'all up. With that, that's all we're going to have time for today with our chamber video chamber chat, whatever we're going to call this, the new normal for this time being. Thanks for joining us, okay? See ya.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.